Classic continuity editing. The 180-degree rule is called this because the camera cannot move more than 180 degrees around the character or object. The 180-degree rule allows the audience to visually connect with unseen movement happening around and behind the immediate subject. If there is too much movement around the subject, this may in turn break the 180-degree rule. The 30-degree rule is where the camera should move at least 30 degrees minimum between shots of the same person or object occurring in succession. Dissolves are used to show transition between one shot to another, whether they are still images or film footage. Dissolves are normally used to show a change in time, a change in location, time that needs to be slowed down or sped up, an emotional component to the subject in the story, or a strong visual relationship between the outgoing and the incoming images. R-line match is a shot where the gaze of the character in one shot matches that of the object he is looking at in shot 2. Match on action, also known as cutting on action, is where one shot cuts to another shot that shows the actions of the character from shot 1. This distracts the audience from noticing the slight cutting or continuity issues. Fade in and fade out effects are used to signify the beginning or the ending of a story, sequence, scene, event, situation or chapter in a film, video or television program. Using fade in and fade out effects also helps the audience to establish a bridge between the separation of two clips to signify the ending of the current situation and the beginning of a new one. The wipe, almost identical to the fade in and fade out effect, though instead of showcasing both the beginning and the ending of a clip, wipes are used to imply the beginning of a new part of a sequence. Raccord is the French term for match cut. Match cutting helps create strong continuity and connection between two elements of two different shots in unison, showing a resemblance between the two. What is alternative editing? Alternative editing is using different editing styles and techniques that you wouldn't use in classic continuity editing. The use of different techniques and styles used in alternative editing differ from classic continuity editing because with classic continuity editing, you're able to take two clips and place them together into a sequence that gives the appearance of one seamless movement. On the other hand, alternative editing enables you to explore additional effects and transitions to manipulate the emotions and feelings of the audience. Split screen, showing multiple images or events on the screen at the same time. These could be from different angles, shots or locations. POV, which means point of view, as if the camera were the eyes of the viewer, person or object the person is looking at. BEV, bird's eye view, is an aerial view that allows you to look down on a person or object. However, they are normally used to show vast amounts of area, such as a military base, forest, or desert. Superimposition is the arrangement of placing either an image or a clip over another image or a clip to convey or conceal meaning, emotion, or thought. An example of this would be if you took two separate images, one of a robber and one of some shackles, then overlaying the shackles within the silhouette of the robber could convey the message of guilt and worry of facing a prison sentence. Placing the shackles within the silhouette of the robber is a good way to show that their problem is not the concern of anyone else, but only of them. Montage, using images or clips and placing them into a sequence to create meaning. These, however, do not have to be in chronological order, as the images and clips mostly seem to have no connection in any way. Clips and images are then trimmed and spliced together with added effects and transitions between each segment to speed up or slow down the pace and or rhythm of the sequence. You can also apply a different variety of finishing effects to signal that the montage is over. La Nouvelle Vague, also known as the New French Wave, started when a group of French film directors came together in the late 1950s and formed the New Wave. They proceeded to use unprecedented methods of expression through films such as the famous traffic jam sequence in Godard's 1967 film Weekend. This form of editing completely revolutionized the world of editing, where the rules of continuity editing were purposefully ignored and allowed the audience to see visible editing take place. Visible editing allows the audience to clearly see the scenes cut out from one to another without any artificial effects in unexpected places. Slow motion lets you slow down the rate of the footage so you are able to pinpoint specific scenes or events. This also allows the audience to get a clear picture of what is happening or embrace the message that you are trying to show them in the film. Slow motion is normally used in emotional situations or high-intense fight scenes where the person barely evades the attack. Fast motion lets you speed up the footage of a film so the audience won't become bored or lose their interest. Most modern day films that use car chases and action-packed fights will use fast motion to make a long scene become compressed into a shorter clip. Slow and fast motion can be used side by side to create different volumes of drama, momentum, rhythm and pace to keep the audience interested and unaware of what is going to happen next. Freeze frames are useful for when you want to turn a segment of a clip into an image for a brief amount of time. This allows the audience to absorb crucial information that they would normally miss out or misinterpret as something that is not relevant to the situation or event happening or being led up to. However, the placing of freeze frames are crucial to show specific events and/or information. No or limited cutting is a technique used to make the audience watch the entire scene of a film, but this can lead on to making them feel uncomfortable, but at the same time makes them think about what they are seeing and in turn makes them feel restricted and isolated to their individual thoughts. Visual effects are used to create an artificial theme or feeling that will enhance key information or situations taking place. In alternative editing, visual effects are used to make things obviously stand out and look unreal.